Yeah, good morning, children. National Space Day greetings to all of you. On the eve of successful launch of Chandrayaan-3 space mission on the same day, that is 23rd August 2023, our Honorable Prime Minister declared 23rd August every year as a National Space Day. So this is the first National Space Day which we are celebrating today. Yeah, it's a very remarkable day in the history of ISRO and the nation that we could able to successfully landed on the surface of the moon, particularly on the south pole of the moon. No other nation could able to reach south pole particularly. There are 4 nations. We are the 4th nation in landing on the surface of the moon, and we are only the first nation who could able to very perfectly landed on the south region of the moon. Like the Earth, where we have south pole and north pole. Even for the moon also we have north and south pole, and south pole is far away from the sun, most of the time far away from the sunlight. So no other nation, they have tried, but no other nation could able to successfully landed on the southern region. But ISRO, that is last year 23rd August, it could landed very successfully on the south region of the moon. So this is a very remarkable achievement in the history of our space journey, and to mark such a success, we have to celebrate 23rd August as a National Space Day. In the space missions, there are 2 different kind of space missions. One is applicative kind of space missions, or the other way what we can say that satellites. So all these geosynchronized kind of satellites that which use for communication purpose, telecommunication purpose, and the remote sensing kind of satellites which continuously monitor which continuously orbit around the Earth and continuously monitor the sun and monitor the Earth, and which can give the information about the minerals and national calamities, and which are useful for telecommunication and the weather forecasting. All these are an applicative kind of satellite space mission. And the other one is scientific payloads kind of space missions, like Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan 1, 2, 3, Aditya L1, and Astrosat, and a very recent one, Exposat. These are scientific purpose space missions which send into the deep into the space, so they can do continuous observations. We will get a good amount of data, and the data can be analyzed, and we can understand about our space. Maybe these space missions, deep space missions, maybe in future they may be immediate, may give the application, but right now the immediate application, they may not give the immediate application. So that's one thing. Yeah, what the greatest thing of ISRO is, we are launching the satellites with a very cost effective and with a very efficiently. That is the reason some of the nations are relying on the ISRO for sending off their satellites. Some nations which could not have the satellite launching facility, they rely on ISRO for their sending of a communication or applicative kind of satellites. In that way, ISRO could able to generate the revenue for their own purpose. So that's one of the great achievement. And the other way, we have that ISRO is in planning of sending a human being into the space. The space mission name is Gaganyaan, where the human being were supposed to send into the space. Initial all the testings are going on, and humans selected people are trained in going into the space. Maybe in near future, maybe 1 or 2 years, we are able to send the human being into the space. Particularly in sending the human being into the space, we required reusable satellite launch vehicles. In other case, that's an communication satellites are applicative and deep space satellite. We send the satellite. Rocket may not be reusable at all. Satellite may go into the space, or it can be put into the orbit, but rocket may not be usable. But whereas in the Gaganyaan kind of rocket has to be reusable, so that human being can be sent into the space and they can travel back. That's in a very simple way that we have a bus which is one way kind of. It can just put the people, put the satellite into the orbit, and it's a one way. We no need to recover or recollect back. But whereas in the Gaganyaan kind of, the human being has to be placed into the orbit or in a space wherever we are intended, and it has to return back to the earth. That is the purpose of Gaganyaan. Of course, in this process, there are a lot of care has to be taken, because the human body have n number of microbial, and how this microbial behaves. On the earth, they are behaving very friendly. There are friendly microbial. They are behaving friendly. But as you went to the space where there is less gravity, or in some cases zero gravity, they may behave differently. So first of all, we have to understand how microbial or microbes behaves in less gravity case. Then so all such kind of studies has to be taken care. Then only when we can send the human being into the space. Yeah, as you just see in this image, so we have the ISRO have different kind of satellite space missions, where some are used for weather forecasting, some are used for that's the people who go for fishing zones, that potential fishing zones can be shown, and the soil content, greenery content can be shown, and the possibility of floods and all those can be shown. Yeah. The other one, what I am intended to show you is different stages of Chandrayaan. That's a lander and a rover, how they were move into the space, and how they were landed on the surface of the moon, and the different missions on we call it as probes or payloads. So the satellite, in the satellite we have rocket is different, and the satellite in the different. In the satellite we have a payload. Payload is the main instrument which do some sort of scientific observations on the surface, or wherever we are intended to place the satellite. So that's in Chandrayaan 1 we have such different chest, ILSA, shape, lips, apex. These are some of the payloads in the on Chandrayaan. With this brief on ISRO journey into the space, I conclude, and I once again congratulate ISRO and as well as the nation, and I'll congratulate all the young students. This is the main purpose of celebrating National Space Day, is develop a curiosity among young people like you, so that you can pursue science and technology, the subjects of science and technology in future, so that you can take up the science as your career path in future, and you may be the one among the scientists who can develop further in future. So that is the main purpose. That's inculcate the scientific temper among the young brains, young minds. That is the main purpose of celebrating National Space Day today. So the whole idea is you develop scientific temper, just understand our surrounding. If you pay the attention towards your surroundings, you can understand. Otherwise, you will take everything as a casual, and you may not be so serious. If you take everything as a granted, you may not be so serious how it is going on, how it is working on. If you put some attention, then you can understand how and how the things are going on. So that is the whole purpose of celebrating National Space Day. And to enter into the field of the science research, particularly in the space research, one has to have good analytical skills, computational analytical skills. From the schooling onwards, you have to develop your analytical and communication skills or computational skills. So that will be very much essential to enter into the research, particularly in space research. So though it is interesting, but as you enter into, so it requires a lot of computational skills, because we have to place our space missions into the position very precisely. For all this, we require very precise kind of a calculation. So that's the reason one has to develop good computational skills. Computational skills, what I mean is mathematical skills, and of course programming skills, and all those things you will learn in your future. So what I interested to say that develop your mathematical and physical science skills, which are very much useful to take up the science as your career path, particularly in the space science. And of course, there are different branches into the space science. Some may be interested in study of the moon. Some may be interested into study of the planets and how they are evolved, and planetary atmosphere. And some may be interested in understanding the sun and how it behaves, and it's and some may be interested in the galaxies and other parts. So these are the different branches in the space science, and some may be interested. These are the science part, and the other way is developing an instrument, that's in a rocketing or in a satellite space mission, which are intended to probe in deep into the space. So development of one area and science area is the other. So for all this, you require very good computational skills, mathematical skills. So from the schooling, very beginning onwards, you develop your computational skills. Those are very essential for entering into the field of science and technology. And any of the other is the development of technological development or engineering development here, where very efficiently how efficiently we can launch our satellite with very efficiently with a minimal cost. As of course, as of now, we are in a good track of sending a satellite space missions within a very minimal cost. And nowadays we are the other small satellites are developing, small and micro and nano satellites, which has the other development, which is very much useful in future too. So once again, I'll congratulate all of you, and greetings on the eve of National Space Day. Thank you all.